Game Party versus Carnival games. It's been a while since I've done a versus battle, so I thought why not do two games that are very similar and see which one is better. Like always, me and the little reviewer sat down and came up with 5 categories to fairly do this. We debated over one in particular for quite a while. We settled on graphics, control, gameplay, unlockable content, and replayability. Graphics. The graphics for these two were about the same. Also, strangely enough, they both use fake me's as characters in their games. This one was really hard to decide, but in the end I gave it to Game Party. Carnival games tend to use the same animations and characters over and over again when they don't have to. Carnival games has a nice fake me maker, and they just got lazy. Control. This one's going to be a little bit more complicated. Since there are 3 games that are pretty much the same on both games, I decided to use those for this one. Let's start with basketball. The controls and handling were much simpler on Carnival games. It was really hard to figure out where the ball was going to go in Game Party. Dart throw and darts are the same concept, and by far, Game Party does a better job. If only the fact you can lock onto a target easier. Then there's alley ball. Like I said in my Game Party review, I really didn't like the controls in their version of alley ball. The physics seemed off, and I could never get a good sense of control of the ball. Fun factor. Since Carnival Games has over 20 games and Game Party has 7, you would think this would be an easy win for Carnival Games. But it's not. I think Game Party's more fun. It all came down to quantity versus quality. While there may have been more games in Carnival Games, most of them are completely forgettable. Game Party has a couple games that are worth coming back for over and over again. Darts and Shuffleboard are a good example of that. Unlockable content. They both have extra games to unlock. Carnival Games has extra clothes, and Game Party has more fake me's to unlock. I'm going to give this one barely to Carnival Games. Game Party may have better unlockable games, but all the rest seemed a bit cheap to put in as an extra. A different color puck or ball? Really? A slight variation to their fake me collection? Plus, it's not challenging to get them. You just have to play the games. In Carnival Games, you actually have to search out some of the unlockable content, and you have to put a little skill in some of the games to get it. Replayability. Here's another category where I have to put the question, quantity versus quality. Now, I'm not saying Game Party has all great games. I think it only has 2 or 3 great games on its collection, but that's one more than Carnival Games has. I think only one I found fun to play over and over again, and that was Bowler Coaster. When it comes to describing the fun of Carnival Games, it really does feel like you're at a traveling carnival. It's fun for a few minutes at a time, but in the end, it just gets boring. Our surprise winner is Game Party! Even though I try to go into these battles without a bias, I personally thought after we settled on the categories that Carnival Games would win. But looking at it objectively, it just can't. Carnival Games may be fun in small doses, but Game Party is the game you'll keep coming back for, and it deserves to win this battle.